I just completed a trade for this game that I had been looking to obtain for quite a while. I was not aware of it until I was well into the hobby, which is well after 1980 when the game came out. It's an SPI game, and it's a Jim Dunnigan design. Here, let me just get the credits in for you. And I'm thinking as I'm looking at it, if I've treated one of his games on my channel. I don't know. I have to go back and check. I don't do a ton of historical war games, and I certainly think of him in that vein, although I'm very familiar with another game that he did that I'm trying to obtain the title of which I'm now going to put up for you there, because I was at Columbia for graduate school and have all sorts of interest in that game. But nevertheless, I've obtained now this super science fiction game, Time Tripper, and you can see here on the box what this depicts, what the game depicts, is a Vietnam War soldier who has become caught up in a time warp, probably due to some chemical enhancement in his mind, as the notes say, I believe, and he travels through time and goes and fights various wars, or refights various wars in the past, and also has various combat encounters in the future. And here's a little bit of a closer look at the bottom of the box. And what is kind of poignant in a way to me, I did this trade and it came in with a copy of Runebound 2nd Edition. And Runebound 2nd Edition is a game from my past that I very mistakenly got rid of in a sort of casual, rash moment of cleaning up when I had a very young child. Gave it to a relative who I think promptly threw it away, and so that has been a painful experience in my gaming past for me for a while, so it's caused me to think about the history of my own gaming experience. And Time Tripper coming in, of course, is a game that causes you to think about history and the past and what mistakes may have been made, and what could be rectified, and whatever. Here is a description of the game itself. It simulates the adventures of a U.S. infantryman who accidentally creates a time warp that transports him to famous battles of the past and to fantastic battles of the future. And it's going to tell you this is ages 12 through adult, 1 to 4. It's really a solo game. The rules give some indication of how you could play as a group. Average playing time 1 to 3 hours, complexity moderate. And they're showing you here, I don't know whether these are actual, I'll show you the rule book in a second. I'm not sure whether these are actual setups, scenarios from the rules, or additional ones. And there is, you're going to be purchasing some weapons. I really haven't looked at the rules so much, but here are some examples of various settings in the game that you could possibly be traveling to. Here are the rules, and it will give you a little bit of a story. This is a 100 counter game, and most of the rules explain how to set up these battles that happen through time, and this is where you are seeing the examples of what happens, what your goal is, and where you are in time. For example, there's a battle for setup for the Battle of Hastings here, and then there are also rules. Those are battles of the past, and there are battles, future and fantasy battles that you could have. Now, the game's 1980, but they've got Cairo 1974 and Hell's Angels. Well, 83 would be a future. I don't know about this Cairo 1974. All the way up to Mind Police of 2027. And Mutant Spearmen, Magician of Dublin, there's a fantasy, Dragon Lord, and on it goes. Now, the rules have you choosing these. There's a Time Police squad room, a Time Police mobile team. The rules have you choosing these battles randomly, as I understand it, and moving through time randomly. I may not do that, and I need to read the rules more carefully and start playing it more carefully. But I was thinking it would be kind of cool to, here's the bigger weapons chart in terms of what you can take. I was thinking it would be kind of cool to make a campaign of some sort. Here's a look at the design credits more closely. To make a campaign in some way where what you were doing in one element of time impacted what you were doing in another element of time. But as I said, I need to get into the game much more closely. To do that, I have some original D6s here, it looks like, and this teeny little pencil. The counters, there's 100 counters, and I believe a lot of them have different things on each side, because just to get the amounts here, let's see. So we have some, looks like a horse of some sort, and some type of reptile that you would encounter. I know there's a dinosaur in this game, and one of my kids is going to be thrilled to see that. This is, I think, the flux thing that shoots you through time, and there are individual characters that you can play. There are, I believe, 4 of them that are open to you with potentially different values. There's a blank. So those are a look at the counters in very good shape, actually. Here, let's see what this is. Looks like some type of a grenade. Let's see on the back, nothing. And we have our map, our display here, and it will show you, this is the random setup chart for setting up encounters, a basic sequence of play, and there are 2 sides. There's the battle display, which I guess is zooming in, and here are the 4 potential characters that you have, keeping track of their endurance, which is what allows you to take actions, and then their corresponding speed, and 2 different time displays for things that occur in the past and things that might occur in the future. And so that is a look inside this little time capsule of Time Tripper, and as I said, for me, it arriving along with a game that I had given up in my past that I've always been bothered by the fact that I did that. It's like getting back a piece of my gaming past, and I'm looking forward to playing Runebound 2nd Edition again with now my 2nd kid. I think I kind of gave it up when my first kid was no longer interested, but I've gotten that back. Getting back a piece of my gaming history, getting back a piece of other people's gaming history that was not my own gaming history that I hope to show to you. So hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and I'd be interested in your own thoughts about your own gaming history and what pieces of it you wish you could get back and re-experience again. And as always, thanks for watching. Want to see the dice that came with it? Look, they're so cute.
Mommy,
check them out.
Mommy, where's the Tyrannosaurus?
I'm checking for it. Is this the Tyrannosaurus?
No.
No. Hold on. Here it is.
Whoa.
Whoa. Oh. Let me see.
This is it?
Yeah, put it over here. Let's see. Nice.
What's this for? Can I play with this one?
You can play with this when you're a little older, for sure.